All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most powerful tools out there in cloud computing, Azure Virtual Machines. We're going to break down what they are, why they are such a game changer, and how you can start to really harness their power. Let's get right into it. But first, let's kick things off with a pretty wild idea. What if you could get all the power of a high-performance server, or, a whole fleet of them, up and running not in weeks or days, but in the time it takes you to make a cup of coffee? Seriously, that's the world we're jumping into today. So here's what we've got on top. We'll start with the basics, what a computer in the cloud even is. Then we'll get into the why, the really compelling reasons to go virtual. After that, we'll put on our architect hats and learn how to pick the perfect machine and understand all its moving parts. And finally, we'll look at what gives Azure that special edge. Okay, so let's dive right in with the absolute basics. What in the world are we talking about when we say a computer in the cloud? Think about it like this. An Azure Virtual Machine, or VM for short, is basically a whole computer that you rent from Microsoft. It's got an operating system, it's got storage, networking, everything, just like the laptop or desktop you're using right now. But here's the huge difference. It doesn't live on your desk. It lives inside one of Microsoft's gigantic globe-spanning data centers, just waiting for you to access it from anywhere. And this, right here, is the huge shift in thinking. You know the old way, right? Buying clunky physical hardware, waiting forever for it to show up, then wasting days setting it all up. Now, compare that to the cloud. The setup, it happens in minutes. And your resources, they're totally on demand. It's a massive move away from something that's slow and rigid to something that is unbelievably fast and flexible. Which, of course, brings us to the next big question. Why? Why would any business choose to do this? What are the actual real-world benefits here? Well, the benefits are honestly transformative. For starters, you stop paying for super expensive physical servers that just sit there collecting dust. Instead, you get resources that can grow or shrink to match exactly what you need right now. You can launch a brand new server in Tokyo from your couch in Ohio in just a few minutes. This isn't just about saving a few bucks, it's about giving your business a level of agility that was impossible before. And this quote just perfectly captures the magic of scaling. Just think about a shopping website on Black Friday or a news site right when a huge story breaks. Instead of the whole thing crashing and burning, a system built on VMs can just automatically add more power to handle the rush. And then, when things quiet down, it scales itself right back down. It's totally seamless. Now, all this power is great, but it's not a one-size-fits-all deal. And Azure gets that. Not every job needs the same kind of muscle. So choosing a VM isn't about finding one that just kind of works. It's about picking the absolute perfect tool for the task at hand. So Azure gives you these different families of VMs, and each one is optimized for a specific kind of work. You've got your general-purpose VMs. Those are your trusty all-rounders, perfect for things like web servers. Then you have compute-optimized VMs. Think of these as the sprinters, built for really heavy processing. Memory-optimized machines, they're for handling enormous databases. And it keeps going. Need to train a complex AI model? Oh yeah, there's a GPU-powered VM just for that. All right, so we've picked our specialized machine. Now what? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine. What are the essential parts that make every single one of these virtual machines actually work? The best way to think about it is like building a secure house on the internet. Your virtual network, or VNet, that's your private piece of land in the cloud. The disk storage, that's the foundation and all the rooms where you're going to keep your stuff. The network interface, or NIC, is like your front door. It connects you to the whole neighborhood. Your public IP is just your street address, so people can actually find you. And maybe most importantly, the Network Security Group, or NSG, acts as your fence and your security guard, checking absolutely everything and everyone that tries to get in or out. Okay, for our last section, let's pull the camera back a bit and look at the bigger picture. Why build all of this on Azure specifically? What's the secret sauce? What is the Azure advantage? This is where you really see Azure's power. It's not just about renting one computer. I mean, the pay-as-you-go pricing, the global reach, the incredible speed, that's all fantastic. But the real magic is the ecosystem. Your VM isn't sitting on an island. It's part of a huge connected city of other services. It can instantly talk to advanced databases, tap into powerful AI tools, and use sophisticated analytics, all inside one seamless, secure environment. And I just have to come back to this 1.1 last time. Minutes. The deployment time is measured in minutes. That single fact has completely changed the game for how businesses can build and innovate.
The barrier to entry for trying a new idea is no longer months of waiting for hardware, it's just a few clicks.
So, what's the bottom line here? It's pretty simple, actually. Azure Virtual Machines give you all the raw power of a server with incredible scale and flexibility, and they take away the massive headache of actually owning and managing the physical hardware yourself.
It really is a fundamental change in how we think about computing. All the power, all the components, all the potential, it's just there, available on demand, waiting for you. Which leaves us with one final, very important question. The building blocks are here. So what will you create?